consistent and that has its second head coach of the season. Can Juventus push on and get what is the very least for Juventus, Manuel, which is that Champions League qualification? Anything else and the season has to be considered a failure, right?
Yeah, I agree with you, Thomas. They had a kind of opposite season so far, because Juventus started so well under Thiago Motta, and then Roma did the opposite, no? And now it looks like things changed immediately, just in the last 10-15 matches. Incredible to consider that Roma and Atalanta are separated with just 6 points. 6 teams in 6 points, with the last 2 Champions League spot available. And this is a huge one for both clubs, I would say.
And we'll talk about Roma in just a moment, Manuel, but looking at the performance we saw from Juventus against Genoa in Igor Tudor's first game in charge, did you feel it was papering over the cracks a little bit, or did you see a real improvement in a very short space of time, of course?
I think that the first thing that Tudor did was put the players in their favorite position. So we spotted Nico Gonzalez and Ildis behind the main strikers. So no Koopmeiners out of position, no other players playing in a position they didn't like to. And they didn't have the most brilliant performance, but the 3 points were important, a job done for Tudor. This is the one we're gonna watch with from more aspects, because we're gonna see soon Igor Tudor hands, and this could be the chance.
And of course there are questions about this Juventus team. One of the big novelties is that Dusan Vlahovic is going to be the first choice striker, it seems, from now until the end of the season. Roma against Juventus in just a few moments here at the Stadio Olimpico. Roma and Juventus clash at the Olimpico as Giallorossi and Bianconeri face off in a massive match for Champions League qualification. Claudio Ranieri and Roma are on current form, the best team in Serie A, and could make it 8 league wins in a row for the first time since 2018. Juventus, meanwhile, gave Igor Tudor a win on debut, but the performance still highlighted some of the Bianconeri's frailties, though the most decorated team in Italian football travelled to the capital in good spirits, having lost just 1 of their last 9 against Roma. A jam-packed Stadio Olimpico to watch this fascinating duel between Roma and Juventus in the Eternal City. The Giallorossi looking to make it 8 Serie A wins in a row against a Juventus tide that will be tested for the very first time, really, you would imagine, under Igor Tudor. And there are questions about this Roma team as well. Their last 7 wins, the highest ranked team in those 7 wins was Como, so Juventus a different beast altogether. Claudio Ranieri makes 2 changes to his starting 11, with Pellegrini and Saelemaekers making way for El Shaarawy and Celik. The Belgian suspension is a tough one to take for Roma, considering how good he's been in recent weeks. Roma's success, however, is built on their solid defence that has kept 3 clean sheets in a row. Manuel Locatelli skippers the Bianconeri. Gianluca Mancini is captain of this Roma side. Andrea Colombo is our referee tonight, and he goes through the pre-match requisites as the Giallorossi anthem rings out around the Olimpico. Alongside Andrea Colombo, it is Alessio Berti and Davide Imperiale who will be the assistant referees. Luca Zufferli is our 4th official, whereas taking a look at proceedings from afar in Lissone, it is Marco Di Bello who is in charge of VAR. Igor Tudor also makes 2 changes, with Federico Gatti's injury paving the way for Pierre Kalulu's inclusion in the starting 11. Elsewhere, Weah comes in for Teun Koopmeiners, with Gonzalez moving into one of the number 10 roles and Weah occupying the right flank. Dusan Vlahovic looks to move into double figures this season in the league and is preferred to Kolo Muani. That's one of the big novelties of Igor Tudor's new reign in charge of Juventus.